The sheer amount of food that we have today is slightly embarrassing, but I am excited for this. We are doing another episode of trying to find the best pizza places in our area, which means we are doing every single pizza place that we can find. There are a ton in this county alone. We're just going to keep doing them until we find all of the good ones. This place I actually have known about for a while, but I haven't eaten here in well over a decade. I saw it recently because I was just skimming the internet and I saw Dave Portnoy went there and he rated one of their pizzas, you know, just like a slice of pizza with his one bite. But I wanted to do more stuff there. Now, this place is pretty popular for people who do like it, but it's one of those that I know people who don't and know people who do like it. There's a little bit of a different flair to this place because the owners are Portuguese, so there are some Portuguese food here, as well as a Portuguese pizza. But I did get a regular pizza as well, of course, because we want to keep it fair, but I wanted to do something different as well. So this place is known as Nino's Pizza. It's located in Lodi, New Jersey. Now, don't get confused if you're from this area because it's on a street called Harrison Ave, which is on the border of Lodi and Garfield. It is, if you throw a rock, you can hit Garfield, but that's New Jersey for you, man. But this is pretty exciting. The food looks pretty decent, and I haven't had this in well over, I would honestly hazard to say like maybe 15 years. It's been a very long time. So drop a thumbs up, man. You guys already know the vibes. Let's get into this video. All right, let's move some of this off to the side. Again, there's a lot of food. I spent about $80 here, not including tip, but I got a pretty massive pizza, and I'm not sure which one is on the top. I'm gonna guess that this one is the specialty one because it's much bigger. So we're gonna start with this one, which is the regular. I did get one topping, though. I was in the mood for it, so I just wanted to try it. So I got a regular pizza here. This is a meatball pizza. Wow, it looks like they was playing, well, you know what? Contents may have shifted upon driving. I don't live far from here. Don't be trying to look up nothing, but this made me do a double take because I thought I ordered a small, but this is a large. It costs $19. It's a large meatball pizza. So already, just by grabbing that crust, I can tell that this is a nice crust. There is your booty, the undercarriage, as other people like to call it, but that's the booty for me. Let's go. Pretty good. I'm sure you heard that. For those who have never had a meatball pizza from around here, I know this may look weird to you, but what they do is they take a full meatball and they slice it so that it looks like these flat pieces so it gets more real estate on the pizza. I can see why this would be hit or miss with a lot of people. The sauce is different. It's a little sweeter than what you would want if you are a pizza traditionalist. I'm going to show you this slice because there's like a more sauce on the front. You can almost tell by the color that it's a little bit darker in hue than most. But they give you more cheese. This almost tastes like it feels like an extra cheese pizza, and it's not. And that may also turn people off too. Maybe that's how they do their pizzas. I don't necessarily mind it. If I'm being honest, it wouldn't be my first choice on how I want a pizza constructed because it's backwards. I prefer extra sauce and the normal amount of cheese. This is a normal amount of sauce and then extra cheese. But the crust is very well done without me having to specify it. And that kind of brings it up a little bit. Again, it's not perfect, but this is a huge step up from the last one we did. And in my opinion, a pretty good slice of pizza for me. Other people may say it's the best, but it just comes down to pizza preference. I like the meatballs. They're tender. They're not dry. For all the reasons I gave, it's just not like super elite. But there's no way in hell that if you gave me this pizza, I would say it was bad, or I would say it was mid. I would say it was good, and I wouldn't be mad at this. For $19, these days is about the going rate in New Jersey for a large pizza. But good crust. Just, for me, the tweaks would have made it a little bit better. I believe Dave Portnoy gave this a 6 and change. I would give this a 7 and change. I say like 7.5 would be fair for me. Everybody has different pizza preferences, but it's not a bad slice of pizza at all. Here, let me give you a taste of my my Diet Poverty Cola. Had a little Walmart delivery today. I always grab a couple of extra of these because they're $1. I usually don't sip on camera, but sometimes people think I'll be taking drinks in between. So every once in a while, I like to keep you on your toes. This is a completely different type of pizza than I've ever had before, so I'm excited. I haven't seen this yet, but it's a Sicilian pizza, but it is a Portuguese Sicilian pizza specifically. First time looking at this. This is, it's definitely different. Even the dough looks different for a Sicilian, but it's heavy. This is an expensive pizza, but it's like super heavy. And it's a Portuguese Sicilian, so I don't know if it has sauce because it didn't say. It says it has a layer of mozz and then sauteed peppers, onions, and mushrooms in olive oil on a Sicilian. But again, the dough looks a lot different. It almost looks like focaccia bread as opposed. They cut this pretty well, so that's good. Just trying to make sure I don't spill all the toppings on here. Yeah, even looking at this, it almost looks like focaccia bread, but it does smell really good. There's definitely no sauce on here as well. This is almost like Argentinian pizza has one called like a fugaza pizza that is similar, but it's more onions, spices, and mozz on a similar focaccia. But this is like a square. The thing that I wasn't expecting, there's a little bit of a brininess to this, similar to like olive. But I don't see any olives on here. And it didn't say it in the description, so maybe it's like pickled the same way or something like that, but it's definitely here. The dough, like I've said, is different than normal Sicilian, but I like the dough a lot. It's like focaccia bread. I know I said it a bunch of times, but it's the best description that I can give. What really makes this for me, this dough's good. Like, it's a little buttery, very soft. Then you get the sweetness from the onions and the peppers, earthiness from the mushrooms. This is not like, if I'm in the mood for pizza, I probably wouldn't order this because it doesn't feel like I'm eating pizza. It almost feels like I'm eating like a cheesy bread with a flair to it. It's pretty good though. I'm also getting nice flavor from that olive oil. Maybe it's Portuguese olive oil, and that would make that like briny olive taste, because olive oil doesn't necessarily have a briny taste, but it's definitely on there. This is one of those things that I'm like, the more I eat it, the more I think it's better. Very similar to the Argentinian one, but this dough, man. I'm not quite sure where to place this though, because I don't feel like I'm eating pizza. It's a weird thing. It's definitely different, and I'm glad I tried it. I'm also the type of person that when I eat pizza, I like chicken, pepperoni, sausage, some kind of meat on there. So it wouldn't be my first choice. But there's not necessarily anything wrong with it. This is nice though. I would give this a 6.5 out of 10. Again, not because it's bad, it's just not my preference, but I would love to see like a more traditional ingredient on this dough. I don't know if this is how they make all their Sicilians, but if they do, their Sicilians are probably really good. Now we're getting into more of the entrees things. I wanted to try 3 different things. This is a traditional one that is popular around here. It's called a rice ball, but I got what's called a rice ball parm. So a rice ball is literally a ball of rice that you bread. Sometimes there's meat or peas or cheese inside of it, and then you fry off. They're usually really big, but this is a rice ball parm. What that means, just like a chicken parm or any kind of parm, is they take the mozz and they take the sauce, and this is hot as hell. But let's grab it from the side. And then they add, they cut it in half, I should say. So it's in half, and then they put it in the broiler to finish it off. This looks really damn good. Really good. Try to get, yeah, so this one looks like rice and cheese. I don't see anything else in here. I've seen some with peas, I've seen beef, I've seen all kinds of things, but the main thing is you have the rice. This looks amazing. You just, you know, this is one of them guilty pleasures. This costs $7, by the way. This is probably the most cost-effective thing you can get on the menu. If you eat this whole thing, you're probably out of bubble guts, but you're definitely going to be full. I'm trying to grab some There you go. So there's the edge of it. You can see like the breading. Now, if you get this, oh, there are peas in here. Lost a damn pea. There's the pea. A lot of these do have peas in them. It just adds a little bit of like almost sweetness to it. From what I know, a lot of my friends growing up, like when I moved to this area, were Italian, and some of their parents did make stuff with peas, but it was like a specific part of Italy. Now, I don't remember specifically which part, but I do know that they did say it was like a I know it's not Sicilian. That's the only thing I can tell you right now. A lot of Sicilians around here too. Try to get in here. There we go. So there's peas, but there's not much in here at all. Really just rice and cheese. Cover in cheese. Add their sauce, which again, their sauce is a little sweeter, and it works better with the rice ball than it does with their pizza. So, this is a guilty pleasure. Really rich and really heavy. And really saucy, but really good. This is, I eat this whole thing. I'll tell you right now, I like rice balls. They're really good. And this is a pretty good rice ball. Sweetness in the sauce just works a lot better. So, again, my opinion. This, I'll give it 8 out of 10. Like, I would probably just, if people say, yo, we going to noodles, you want to get something? I'd be like, yo, just give me a rice ball. That's where it's at for me. This is a Portuguese meal. Now, this might be my first time having Portuguese food on the channel. The owners are Portuguese, so I know some people say, oh, this isn't real Portuguese food. You may be right, you may be wrong, but this is my first time I'm ever trying anything like it. And this is a traditional Portuguese dish according to their menu. So I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but it's called febras. I don't know, I don't speak Portuguese, but it's sliced pork sauteed in garlic and a wine sauce, and then it's served with French fries and rice. Now, I've had Portuguese barbecue before, and a lot of times this rice and these fries come along with like some sort of smoked rib of some sort. I actually don't think they smoke their ribs, but a rib. So I'm interested to see. This is almost like a thin pork chop from what I'm looking at. And the sauce looks pretty good. I'm just going to grab this right here. Definitely. Really garlicky. I like garlic. And the wine is really coming through as well. The rice alone, like when you see yellow rice, you may think of like more of like Hispanic cooking, but for even the barbecue places I had, it's definitely more along the line of this large grain rice. It's seasoned pretty well. It's more al dente than when I'm eating like Hispanic food. Again, I know I keep comparing it to Hispanic food, but if the biggest comparison of the most kind of food I've had, similar to this, a chicken broth kind of taste to it. And there's like some steamed vegetables like cauliflower and carrots. Sauce is pretty good, man. I love garlic. Really, really heavy on the wine. There's also something I just bit like a... This might actually be... Yeah. There's like... It's like a giardiniera. You ever had that? Which is like pickled vegetables. So it's briny and a little spicy. And it goes really well with the rice and this wine sauce. That wakes it up. Like, you have to mix that in. That's nice. Okay. The pork is a little tough, but it's not, like, unbearably tough at all. Like, it's just not super tender. Not really mad at that. And then we got a fry here. Ooh, that's flaccid. Pause. Pretty much your standard potato. There's not even salt on that, but rice and fries again. I know it's just like with a lot of these meals you get that. There used to be a steakhouse by me. Unfortunately, like the owner passed away, but it was really popular, and you would get like this fat plate of food, steak, like a skirt steak with fried egg. I think he was Argentinian, and he served everything with this rice and fries, very similar to this, which bringing me back to that. But what really makes this for me is like that little giardiniera blend here. When you mix it with the garlic and the wine sauce and all that stuff, like it's really nice. Now, I feel like you probably could make this better if somebody else was cooking it, but the flavors and everything else, like this is good. Sauce-wise, it was $16.50. I've eaten 2 of these pork chops. Or thin sliced pork cutlet, I should say. And you get 4. So, it's definitely way more rice and fries than that, but I like it. It's different, too. I just wish the pork wasn't as tough, and I got a little bit more. But, all in all, pretty satisfying. I'll give this a 7, too. Like, would order this again. I want more of this sauce, too. Like, just give me something to drizzle up on the side. Because when it soaks into those fries, it reminds me of Lomo. The consistency, but not the flavor. And finally, I wasn't sure if I was going to get this, but last place I got a penne vodka parm. I wanted to get the pasta this time, but mainly because I want to see if... Somebody brought up in the comments section, and this is very true, a lot of places pass vodka sauce off as pink sauce, which isn't the same. There's no vodka in it. And a lot of people don't really realize it, so I'm kind of curious to see how many places are doing it. So I got their grilled chicken vodka parm. There's a ton of grilled chicken on here. Like, a ton. So let me just grab some of this. I want to go straight to the pasta, because this is like more of a curiosity thing. I got the grilled chicken is really like that strong grilled taste kind of masked it, so I just want to get some without it. No, that's vodka sauce. That's not pink sauce. There's a definite difference. There's like a bite that you get from the vodka. The other place was like much sweeter, like pink sauce, and that was a little disappointing. I gotta get vodka sauce, not at every place. But the chicken, like, they must have some sort of grilled chicken sandwich. Their grilled chicken's gotta bang. Because this, for grills, I'm not really a chicken breast person, but if you do it and you grill it like this, you can rock with that. Like, if they have like a grilled chicken sub on that, like, focaccia bread like that almost, with some broccoli rabe, you can sign me up for that all day. Their vodka sauce is also pretty good. I like that chicken. The chicken's really a standout, which is crazy. And they give you so damn much of it. This is also a damn meal. For $18, it better be. Going rate for pastas around here are usually between $15 and $20. You do get a good amount, though. Like, if this was served on a restaurant plate, the plate would be massive. And what I've found is at the right pizza places, you can get some of the best pasta you'll ever eat, especially in this area. This is a pretty damn good vodka, especially when you factor in the chicken and the noodles are done right, and you get a ton of it. I am a vodka sauce person, and this is a good vodka sauce. This is a good pasta, and I really like this chicken. This is probably the best thing that I've had here. Like, really. You never know with these places. That's why I try to order like a variety of stuff. And it always depends, and this is why I think New Jersey has such... It's such a point of contention. Even in one city, who makes the best pizza, what's the best pizza place, and what I've found is it's largely based on what you like. Like, it's your pizza preference that shines through with these types of places. But to have a place that does Portuguese, also traditional, is so different, and that's why I love, like, living here so much. But this pasta, I'll give it 8.5. Like, it's rocking. I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm keeping this one. Kind of touched on it already, but this is why I wanted to do this series. What you'll find when I go on through more places is that you're going to see a ton of places that will do traditional but add their own little bit of flair to it. I've seen pizza places that are owned by Albanians, Portuguese, Mexicans, a lot of different, like, Europeans, South Americans, and they add their flavor to it. We've done Argentinian already. I know that one of the best pizza places I've had around here since I've been doing this channel is also Argentinian, which will hit back again. So they do empanadas and stuff like that, but it's just different. Now, a pizza traditionalist may not like those types of places. Well, I like fusion cuisine, and we also have places that are much more traditional as well, which you'll see. But overall, again, I can see why people love, and I can see why people would veer clear depending on their pizza preference when it comes to this place, because it's highly based on that, more than even the other ones. It's not balanced. It skews more in one direction. So, me being me, I like all different kinds of stuff. I have preferences, which is why you didn't see like 9s and stuff, but I still am willing to try and see what's good or what I like or what I don't like. Whereas I think a lot of people in New Jersey, like, they like what they like. If they take a bite of a pizza, it don't taste like exactly what the hell they want, they ain't eating it. But since I started doing this whole food blog thing, I've used to be like that. I'm definitely way more open, and I think that's why people say, why do you like all these Papa John's? Because I just kind of go in with expectations and what to get. When I saw Portuguese, I'm like, bro, don't walk in here, you know, expecting the old school, because that's not it. But this is definitely old school with a little twist of like their own culture, and I really enjoy that. So overall, I think you should try some of this stuff. It's pretty good. But that was fun, man. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. I'll probably put some B-roll in. A massive box behind me with my monitor that finally came in. I ordered it last week. It's a 57-inch widescreen, so I got to try to mount that. A TV that I'm trying to mount to in my setup. So I got a lot of stuff. I didn't want to overeat, because if you try to lift up a giant thing with a stomach full of food, that wouldn't be good. But this was good, man. I'm having fun doing these pizza and the Chinese and stuff like that, because I'm getting to try different places that I've driven past a billion times and I've never tried or haven't tried in years. So that's going to be the end of the video, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. They hand signs. They made it to YouTube.